Okay, this is a quick tutorial on how I did the 3D name design. I'm going to give you just a couple letters, a couple tips on writing your letters. This is in addition to the video on the house, which is the other video. I'm going to go to Create New, Simple, Template, Feet and Inches. Now this is going to slow down my computer a little bit, so I'm going to pause. Okay, no pot needed for pause. Click on this guy, backspace. I'm going to come over here to my scenes tool. It looks like the little action, like camera action, and click on the middle one for my top bird's eye view. I'm going to keep the line here to help me write my letters. I like to use the pencil tool, especially when you're doing the straight lines. Curves, you can use the curvy line and just freehand it, or you can also use your shapes like rectangles and circles. So I'm going to start off with my line tool. The big thing when you're drawing a letter, I just click one time and I don't have to click anymore. Click, move, click, move, click. You have to make sure. Now, if this grid is messing you up, you can turn the grid off over in the eyeglass tool where it says grid, snap to grid. Sometimes it snaps to weird places, but you can always click on it and come over here to the move tool and move that wherever you'd like it, whatever makes it look better. So I'm going to go back to my pencil tool. Make sure you're right there where the other one ends. Otherwise, you're not making a shape that's going to end up connecting. Okay, so I'm going to do a shape that actually, there's my solid shape. I know it's solid. And then I'm still on my pencil tool. I'm going to go ahead and try to draw a triangle inside here. You can see my grid is snapping to some weird places, but that's okay. Now I'm going to get rid of that one by using my select tool, which is the pointy arrow. Click on it and do backspace. Now if you're doing something like the squiggle tool, you can actually come over and hold down your mouse and draw, but you can see how it's pretty difficult to do. So I'm going to undo that one. And I'm actually going to try to use a few different shapes to make my letter. So I'm going to start with a curved line. I'm doing a D right now. And a rectangle. So it'll be a little blockish. I'm going to make my letter D. And then I'm going to use my erase tool to come over here. Oh, erase tool, not materials. Erase tool to erase those two lines. And then I can still draw a circle inside. Now, if you're drawing a circle inside, find the middle first, not the edge. Find the middle, click one time, drag, click, and then you have a shape that you can go select and delete. Now we're going to be using, I'm going to select and just use backspace to delete. I'm going to use my push-pull feature, and I'm going to make that letter 3D. If you want it the same height, bring it over to the face of the other object, and then they'll be the same exact height. And you can go to your action tool and look at many different angles of what your word looks like, or you can go to your orbit tool and click and drag around. The orbit is the rectangle that's red and green here that you can see my mouse on. Now I'm going to use my paint bucket tool, which will open my materials. I have very limited materials, but if I click on browse, which is this little magnifying glass, then it'll open up all your different things that you can color with. So you can choose, let's say I wanted to do some brick, and I like this brick. I'm going to come maybe put that on the face, and then maybe put some different colors or some other designs. Maybe I'll do some landscape vegetation. I'll do some rocks. That looks cool. And then you just come and you click, and you move around, orbit around to do all your sides. Now when you're all done and you want to take a screenshot, to get rid of your axes line so you can take a screenshot, that's the little glasses. Here's the guides that would get the snapping that I was having issues with. I could turn that one off. I could turn off axes, and now you can see my background's gone. The little cylinder and rectangular prism here, you can even go and change your color of your background. If you click on color sets, it'll put the background color right here. So I'm ready to take a screenshot. I've been having trouble with my screenshot working today. That's the control, the key above the number 6. And you can see I'm having an error because I'm doing videos right now and it won't do two things at once. Or you can do Control Shift and the key above the number 6. That allows you to click and drag so that you have a small